Yo, what is up? Welcome to Ninja Geek Games. Just a short distance in that direction, some 2.5 million light years, the Andromeda galaxy is apparently patrolled by aggressive raiders, where powerful factions seek to build new civilizations. Andromeda's Edge was one of the biggest releases of last year and currently sits at the top spot for my favourite game. For those that don't know, it boasts worker placement, skirmish, track development, as well as some tableau and engine building. There's quite a lot going on in that box. Now, if you want to know more about the base game, then I'll put a link to my previous video in the description. But if you're looking to jump to hyperdrive to explore the upcoming expansion, then strap in. Genesis is due to go live on Gamefound on September the 9th, and I'm pretty excited about it. It incorporates several modules to add to your game as well as additional components. These include corrupted stars and shrines that boost VP scoring from developments and progress tracks, Exotech cards that are like badass tactic cards, abilities to control raiders, new factions, and a cosmic frog. I wonder if it can jump to light speed or has a croaking device. Anyway, in this video I'll be providing an overview of the expansion, but note this is just a prototype, so any components, rules and artwork are subject to change. Let's take a look. First, the 3 new factions, and just to be clear, some of the abilities shown on the tiles here have been amended. The Wood Whisperers thrive on healing damage from modules and ships where removed tokens are stored and can be later used as credits and energy that I found very handy for battles, activating and buying modules. Their unique ship upgrade allows transports to select any moon on a planet and reorder the rest, so you can look for those double resources. The Martian Terraformers make use of hub tokens to mark planets on the board and make developments cheaper by 1 resource for any player. This means that once placed, you've got a good idea that the Martians are looking to develop very soon, so if you can somehow take control of that planet, you get the discount. Not only that, just by placing a hub, the Martians get to move up a progress track matching the planet, as well as when the development's built, so they can set themselves up for big gain of VPs if savvy. Their transport upgrade ability allows them to move damaged ships straight to their launch bay, bypassing the scrapyard. The Precog-Hybrids have a very sneaky ability of peaking at the top event card any time during the game. Also, before scoring VPs from a revealed event card, the controlling player gets to move up any progress track, which is pretty awesome. Their Science Vessel ability is combat based, where it receives a bonus dice set to 6, which is really frustrating when it escalates into battle that you are desperate to win. The Hybrids can also discard tactic cards to gain one of the Exotech cards that form a separate powerful deck claimed as an additional option for defeating raiders. They're treated as tactic cards in all respects and can be spent as a resource and go to hand. These let you claim unused supremacy or discovery tokens, gain modules or support combat. Some even provide a permanent ability for the rest of the game. You're able to give all of your ships voyage or attack, spend resources for immediate repair or ignore range for some of your launches. The most valuable of these is the ability to commandeer a raider ship. You heard me right. You can use it just like any of your other ships, whether activating a module, launching to a region, or smash an opponent, which is pure filth. Commandeered raiders have the voyage ability, so can go to the nebulae and retain all of their card characteristics that makes them proper badass. Awesome. And speaking of raiders, we have 2 new ones. This hungry little devil is the cosmic frog that comes into play with one of each of the modules that represents its wounds. Each time you cause damage you gain a module, so it's well worth attacking. But with 4 dice and a targeting value of 3, it can be tricky. The good news is if you launch to its tile or adjacent, it won't strike because its range is exactly 2, so it hops over regions. The other is the cube, cough cough Borg, cough cough. Although it attacks with 6 dice, making it pretty hench, these are preset every battle at values 1 to 6, but you do gain an Exotech card for defeating it. For these raiders, I quite enjoy the additional mechanics that they bring to the game. The new event cards within the expansion are termed Persistence of Memory because each effect lasts until a new card is revealed. Some appear beneficial to all, like getting both benefits from your tactical operations reward from losing combat, but others are more circumstantial. For instance, when I played with Rosie Pocket, they had a tactic card that caused damage to all ships in the active region during the diplomacy phase of combat. But luckily, the newly revealed event card allowed players to return these cards to hand after use, and this was a great deterrent for other players to attack. Genesis also comes with additions to the map. These come in the form of shrines and corrupted stars that are placed at setup, with shrines being half tiles that sit nicely at the edge of the board, and stars have set locations that other tiles surround, and as an action you can launch to any of them. So why launch? Well, corrupted stars reduce the VP value to all adjacent developments during endgame scoring, and that sucks. But each has a set of damage markers on them, and spending energy lets you remove them, as well as move up one of the progress tracks, so are well worth the spend. Once this restoration's been complete, they cause damage to all adjacent ships due to radiation or gamma rays or something, and the tiles are flipped. These become unusable regions for the rest of the game, but they now provide bonus points to all adjacent developments. Shrines can also become the active region by launching to them, and there are quite a few tiles provided in the game, but only some are selected at setup. Here you spend the required resources, damage any adjacent ships, and again move up the indicated progress track. Nice! However, this one-time action also allows you to place one of your additional leaders on the same space as the marker that you've just moved it to. During endgame scoring, that player now scores the progress track twice, and this is awesome. Once for the position of their marker, and again for the stationary position of their leader. Therefore, you need to time this well and gain as many points as possible whilst beating other players to the punch, because like corrupted stars, once this action's been taken, the shrine will become unusable and provides even more endgame bonuses for adjacent developments. What you'll notice here is that these tiles and mechanics become hotspots for track development and scoring VPs, so become highly contested areas. The other new tile is the Innovation Hub that replaces the shipyard. This gives you one of 3 actions where you can claim an Exotech card, spend a resource for 2 repairs, or upgrade a ship. The downside is that the Innovation Hub removes the only tile for shipbuilding. You have to rely on your modules, but it does mean you're more likely to get different ships out early. Where in the base game all cards of a specific development were identical, the expansion adds 3 different cards of each type, and you can choose which to claim. So for an obelisk you could commandeer a raider or take an unused supremacy token. If you build a factory, you can upgrade a ship or build 2 transports for free, which may be very beneficial with the shipyard removed and the fact that the shrine and the star tile buff up development points. And likewise with the city, you can move up the supremacy track, you can recruit 3 leaders from any region or claim 2 of the powerful Exotech cards. That's it. Those are the additional mechanics and modules included in Genesis, and they're also providing playmats of different sizes. These aren't to replace the main board. They have coloured sections for each faction's play area, a scrapyard for damaged ships, and a track for the event deck and marker, and I can tell you the colours and artwork is outstanding. So, pretty impressive. It's important to note that for the expansion, all the additional components and mechanics slip into the base game seamlessly. I was worried about bloat, or just having too many actions to take or choices to make, but Genesis cleverly helps concentrate these into the core basis of the game. There's not a lot of learning for someone who knows the game, and I'm pretty confident you could include the expansion into the teach of the base game for a new player and they would never know. In fact, the teach for my first playthrough was actually quicker than the setup. The rules do go over some of the subtleties for commandeering a raider, and it's a good way to make use of an extra ship if you're struggling to build. As you've seen, the developments are really important now, and if built, you have to make use of the shrines and stars for track progress and scoring. I like the additions to development card abilities, meaning you can take one more akin to your strategy, or if you just need that extra something right now. I felt that on turns I did get a big fist bump moment where I was able to make lots of little connections with ship abilities and modules, for example, for some big turns. So the Gamefound campaign goes live on September the 9th, and for what you get here, it does look like there'll be no problem fitting the content into the base game box, which is always a bonus. Also remember that some of the text icons that you've seen in this video showing abilities and effects may have already changed. I hope this video provides a good overview of what we're expecting, and if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. This is Ninja Geek Games. Cheers.